Let's look at example number 2 from our Creating Linear Functions sheet. Example 2 says, the average annual cost of attending a 4-year public college or university was $5,693 in 1991 and $8,655 in 2000. Find a linear function that expresses the average annual cost as a linear function of time since 1991. Use the linear function to estimate the average annual cost in 2015. So in 1991, the average annual cost was $56.93. And in 2000, that cost had gone up to $86.55. So this is the year, this is the cost. We want to write a linear function, a linear equation that relates cost. Okay, so the y is going to be our cost representative. That relates cost to the time since 1991. Okay, so this is years since 1991 is what x represents. X doesn't represent the year, it represents the years since 1991. Well, if I'm going to create a function like this, then I have to figure out what is my slope, what is my y-intercept. Well, what have I been given as I've been given this information? I've been given a year and I've been given a cost. Well, I don't want years, I want years since 1991. Well, if they gave me 1991, how many years is that since 1991? Well, that's 0 years since 1991, isn't it? And if they gave me 2000 and the cost in 2000, that's 9 years since 1991. So in effect, they gave me these two xy points. They gave me the xy points 0, 56.93 and 9, 86.55. And I can use these 2 points to create my equation. Because if I have 2 points for the equation, that's 2 points for the line. If you have 2 points on the line, you can always find the slope of the line. Slope is change of y over change of x. Well, change of x here is pretty easy. 0 to 9 is 9. Change of y, going from 56.93 to 86.55, if I take my handy-dandy calculator again, 86.55 minus 56.93 gives us 29.62. That's the change of the cost. 9 was the change of years. So cost per year, that's my slope. Change of y is related to cost. Change of x is related to years since 1991. Cost per year, that's my slope. If I take that 29.62 and divide it by 9, I get a 329.1111. Well, let's call that $329. These figures are to the nearest dollar, so let's use our slope to the nearest dollar. I think that makes logical sense in this estimate that we're putting together. So now we know our m value. And we just need to find the b value. But the b value is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where x is 0, and that's the point we have right here. If the x's are to represent years since 1991, then 1991 is our base year, and that's when x is 0. That cost value is my y-intercept. and I have my linear equation in two variables, or if I wanted to use function notation, let's use C for cost. The average annual cost, the cost function, C of x, or y, equals 329x plus 5693. And this is a cost function that's based upon 1991. Everything is from 1991 to the present. It's been going up an average of $329 per year, and it started out in 1991 at $5,693. So if we wanted to use this function now to estimate what would be the cost, what do we want to find? The cost in 2015? Well, 2015 would be how many years after 1991? That would be what, 24 years? So we would be finding C at 24, the cost at 24 years after 1991. So that'd be 329 times 24 plus the 5693. So we'd take our calculator, 329 times 24 plus the 5693. In 2015, this linear model, that's what these are sometimes called, models, the linear model would project 13,589, so that says $13,589 in 2015 would be the average annual cost at a four-year public college and university. So in this instance, we took those 2 points, found our slope. One of the points happened to be the y-intercept, so we took that value for our b value, and we were able to produce our linear function.